Right, by way of a mid-afternoon contemplation. So scheduled for tonight are politicians, Mr. Gordon Brown in particular, who sat behind Mr. Tony Blair for all those years, whilst we committed genocide, a mass murder against the Iraqi people for oil, so we could live in our material comfort. That's the reality of the position. Why should I listen to anything that man has to say, Mr. Gordon Brown? Mr. Cameron, an old Etonian, we, Britain, have nuclear weapons, therefore we are prepared to use them if push comes to shove. That, again, is the mass slaughter of innocent people. Well, she's my country. We just happen to have bigger weapons. There were, back in the 50s, I had this wonderful old Quaker gentleman, Mr. Sidney Hamlet. He was so proud at the age of 82 he won his local Bedford, England, golf at the Bedford Golf Club, the over 60s, at handicap of 16, and he was so chuffed, this old lovely old gentleman. In the Second World War he was a conscientious objector. He would not fight. He wasn't a pacifist in the sense of being, but he wouldn't kill. I've been involved with planting 7 tons of outer-water slate in the Peace Square in London, Tavistock Square. Around it it says, for conscientious objectors all around the world, whatever race, creed, colour, male, female, etc., who just say no to killing. That is the Christian option, the Christian way. I don't really see any point in listening to someone, Mr. Gordon Brown. The only gentleman who stood out from within the government is Samuel Benn, Tony Benn, whom I know. I've dug him out. I know him to speak to on several occasions and whatever. And we've written and corresponded and so on. Claire Short eventually, Galloway of Scotland, and the chap with the beard, the Labour fellow with the beard, Robin Cook, who's died now. But the generality of people went along with this war in Iraq, Oh, but now they realise it was wrong. But there's the Chilcot inquiry. Mr. Tony Blair, who should be tried for crimes against humanity, absolutely just battered them off, I mean, did anyone ask that question? There's an all-party parliamentary group headed by, and again the name will come to me, this guy who's going through chapter and verse why we, Britain, England, are legally liable under international law, what's international law, etc., for crimes against humanity. Never mind Milosevic, Mr. Gordon Brown, Mr. Tony Blair, Mr. George W. Bush should be tried for crimes against humanity. That is the reality of the position. But we don't hear it talked about. Oh no. This is me in my little corner as a Christian doing my bit. Go through my film. I've spoken about this many times. I'd rather speak about something more cheerful. I'd rather be proud of my country, Britain, England. My father fought on the Somme in the First World War. My mother's brothers in their kilts in the Second World War. And I, incidentally, also trained as a pilot through the Royal Air Force. So there we are. But as a Christian now, I say no to all of this, and I say fuck. I think it's spelled P-H-U-T, not any other way, to all these little politicians. What's the point of listening to them? That's what I know. I love you, my Lord, with all my heart, soul, mind, and strength.